They start to think of people by grace. I start to think about Muslim by grace, think about Jewish by grace. I start to see them by the heart of the Father, that He loved them and He wants them to be in His community, in His kingdom. About 1.5 million people living in Gaza. Among all of them, 3,000 Christians living as a minority in Gaza. There is a kind of peace between Palestinian Muslim and Palestinian Christian, but when radical Islam came and people become more close-minded, they thought that this is our right, so you don't have rights. They start to be more extreme, thinking that this is what their God wants them to be, not in living in peace with Christian. But make a pressure over the Christian, like you should believe in Islam. They speak to you about Islam and you don't able to say, I don't want to hear. It wasn't before like this. It wasn't before like this. I love Gaza a lot. I was praying for Gaza a lot. I was interceding for Gaza a lot. I was praying for His people a lot. I was convincing people to stay in Gaza rather than to go out of Gaza. Even I will go. I thought I will go and return back. If you live in Gaza, you live in kind of phobia. When you feel you are a minority, you could give up to ask for your rights. You try to compromise with everything, with your faith, even in order to live in the area. And this will make you in a slave mentality, like will let you feel like you are down and you are nothing. I was making disciples for couples in the church, and one of them, his name is Rami. I start to see him more frightened. He was in his office as in Bible Society in Gaza, and somebody told him, "Do you believe in a prophet Muhammad?" He said, "I don't believe actually. This is not written in my book." And then he said, "I will show you how to believe." Like he threatened Rami. He was walking with his wife and felt like somebody following him. So he was frightened when he come in group. Next day, he was kidnapped. When he was kidnapped, he called us that he will come back. And he called his wife, he told her the same. At 3 a.m., he was killed. I went to the hospital quickly and go to the morgue. I was the first one that get in. I was walking in blood and I was like looking and I saw him. And he was the first martyr actually in Gaza for Christian. How much I live in this area, how much I serve this area, how much I loved those people, how much I prayed for the people, like something broke in my heart because of this situation. I'm tempted to be pressure against Muslim, against Jewish, against people, against everyone. Conditionally, they are not worth to be loved. Like they are not worth to be greeting. If your heart not pure, you will not be able to live freely with God. I will still think about them. I will be a prisoner under thinking victim mentality. He still loved them. How I could hate them. Why I just take one step, one thing and say like, Lord, why? Because I don't see, I saw a piece of puzzle. I don't see all the puzzle. I don't see all the picture. I should go step in trusting Him and trust His love. His love not according to situation. His love not according to the pressure around me. The Lord was doing process with me. Even the hard people, He loved them. He's not happy of killing them. He loved to return them back. This changed my heart to Muslim, actually. He said, do you think that I'm happy that if they perish, or they killed? I'm more happy if they return back to me. And now establishing new ministry in Bethlehem. Beit Sahur, it's part of Bethlehem. Beit Sahur means light to come. They start to think of people by grace. I start to think about Muslim by grace, think about Jewish by grace. I start to see them by the heart of the Father, that He loved them and He wants them to be in His community, in His kingdom. My family name is Khoury, means a priest. From my family line came about 34 Orthodox priests. Maybe I break the line, but it's the first pastor in this family, but I believe the Lord blessed the inheritance of faith. The Lord, He said, my peace I give is different than the peace of the world. And His peace coming through trusting Him. How much we love Him, we trust Him, how much peace come in.
Our world is full of conflict. We have warring nations, ideologies, governments, and people groups. Most days, peace seems out of our reach, especially here in the Middle East. But in reality, this land is the birthplace of peace. When Jesus was born, the heavens invaded the earth with a resounding sound of shalom. Peace on earth, the angels declared the night Christ was born. The Bible calls Him the Prince of Peace, and according to the prophet Isaiah, the government rests on His shoulder. This is still true today. Jesus Christ came into our troubled world and He overcame it, so that shalom might echo in our hearts here on earth and for all eternity. I leave you with a psalm penned by King David, a blessing over the city and indeed a prayer for Israel. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper who love you. May peace be within your walls and prosperity within your palaces. For the sake of my brothers and friends, I will now say, may peace be within you. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek your good.
Thank you for joining us as we provide a spiritual insight of what God is doing in Israel and in the Middle East. If you want to learn more about what God is doing in Israel, make sure to visit us on our webpage and follow us on social media. Shalom, and God bless you from Jerusalem.